The chill of the Scottish night wrapped around the quiet shores of Loch Ness as the mist crept low over the water. Ian McGregor, a seasoned fisherman, had been out on the loch since dusk, casting his net into the inky depths, hoping for a good catch. The usual sounds of the night, the soft rustle of wind in the trees, the occasional splash of a trout, had faded into an eerie silence. As Ian prepared to reel in his final catch for the night, a heavy fog rolled in, thicker and darker than any he'd ever seen. His boat, usually steady in the calm waters, began to sway unnervingly. A deep, almost imperceptible hum began vibrating through the boat, and the water around him rippled in slow, deliberate circles. It wasn't the usual wake of a fish, but something much, much larger. Suddenly, his net snagged on something heavy. Thinking it might be an old tree branch or a large fish, he tugged harder. But the weight on the other end didn't budge. Frustrated, he leaned over the side, straining his eyes to see through the fog. Just as he was about to let go of the line, the water began to swirl violently. And then, Ian saw it. A massive, dark shadow moved beneath the surface, larger than any creature he could imagine. His heart raced as he stumbled back, watching in horror as a long, serpentine neck broke through the water. Gleaming, black eyes peered at him from above a mouth filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth. The creature's scaly skin reflected the moonlight in slick, oily patches, and it let out a low, guttural growl that reverberated through the air. The Loch Ness Monster. Ian's blood ran cold as the beast circled his tiny boat, its massive body slithering just beneath the surface, creating waves that rocked him violently from side to side. Desperate, he grabbed the oars and began to row furiously toward shore, but the monster followed, its hulking form gaining speed, trailing just beneath the surface like a shadow of death. Suddenly, with a force that sent him flying across the boat, the creature slammed its massive tail into the side. Water gushed in, and Ian's boat began to sink. He thrashed in the freezing water, gasping for breath, but the creature was already upon him. Its eyes gleamed as it rose from the depths, towering over him. Then, with one final roar that echoed across the loch, the monster lunged. Ian let out a scream that was swallowed by the night as the creature dragged him beneath the surface. By morning, the boat had drifted ashore, half sunken and splintered. No one ever saw Ian McGregor again. But some nights, when the fog rolls in thick over the loch and the waters grow unnaturally still, fishermen whisper of strange sounds, a low, eerie growl, the splash of something massive beneath the surface, and they remember the tale of the Loch Ness Monster. They never fish alone after dark.